it live with your talk show divas. Sit back and relax and enjoy. Exciting, informative, and sexy. So get ready for your talk show divas.
Welcome, friends, family, and haters to TV 1061, filming right here in Douglasville, where it's on and popping because it's Super Bowl Sunday. Are y'all ready for some football? Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. You know what? Greedy and greedier. Okay?
Yes, I'll take that.
AKA my co-host. All right. This is Miss Sarah and Miss Cece Allure.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in to us, spending your Super Bowl Sunday with us, enjoying the day with us, okay? I really hope you are ready for some football, but before we get into it, I want to send out a special shout out and thanks to our makeup artist, Miss Cece Gaynor. If you need more information about Miss Cece, you can please hit us below, and we'll definitely send out some information on Miss Cece. It's Cece Gaynor, GAINER.com, okay? So you can also go look her up, okay? Also, if you have any businesses or anything you want to advertise, please make sure you hit us below as well. Someone will reach out to you from the TV 1061 crew. If we have not, hit us again and curse us out, okay? But we definitely try to stay on top of that. So, again, I just want to say it one more time. Can I say it one more time?
Say it. One more time.
Are you ready for some football?
Okay, girl. Yeah, well.
Did you auto-tune that a little bit? That was a remix.
You feel me? Okay. So, seriously, I am going to talk about some football, but we're going to talk about childhood football.
That's a
football
touchy
and
subject.
children. Right. So I have an 11-year-old. I have a 21-year-old. I tell the people this all the time. I have a 21-year-old. Can you believe it? I know. Look at me. She's fine. Yes. And
how do you do it?
Help it. But I also have an 11-year-old. They're boys. Those are my two boys. And my 21-year-old has always played sports. Always. And now my 11-year-old, well, he's always played sports since he was 3 too. But you start off with the little t-ball, and then you graduate to softball, and stuff like that. So he's a big 11-year-old, and I think that he should be on someone's football field tackling people. Okay. The problem is, the news has freaked me out so much about these kids getting hurt and having concussions, having heart attacks. Just during workout, not even during the actual game.
Right, running the field.
That is creepy. That is so super scary to me. But at the same time, in that same breath, my 11-year-old is fat as hell. Okay? So where mommy don't have him on that football field running and making sure he's getting that extra dose of exercise, because let's be honest, parents, technology is taking over our children's lives. Yes. Okay, and then you got parents having to work even more.
Exactly.
Like I have to rush off work just to go get him to practice on time, and I have to sit there and I'm still working. So I mean, it's time constraints. So it's sort of easier to let him just be in his room playing his video game all weekend.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. It is easier, but you can't.
It is easier, but at the same time, I feel like on one hand I'm using the excuse that he could get a concussion, or he could
get a concussion at home playing a video game.
That's true though.
With the VR, the new virtual reality, he can run straight to a wall.
So
yeah. So either or,
she likes to think her baby would not run into the wall.
I'm just saying,
but it could happen.
Yeah, it's very possible.
So what do we do as parents? What do I do? Tell me what to do. And then, so the other part to that is, my son is not very athletic, even though that doesn't bother me at all. I could care less if he's going to be a superstar. I'm not looking for him to go play football or basketball or whatever, because I'm looking for him to cash in this big check. It really is for exercise. It really is for camaraderie. It really is so he can understand sportsmanship, because he has sucky sportsmanship. He's
gonna be so mad when he watches this show.
Well, you know what? He's probably not gonna watch this show because he's playing his video games right now. But
she is on the phone next segment changing her Wi-Fi. He doesn't have internet now.
But I do want him to be a part of something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, I don't got no kids or whatever, but I like to help people think for them sometimes.
Okay.
Bring it. Have you asked him what he likes to do? I'm just saying, you making all these choices. Do you know what he really likes to do?
He really doesn't care. Like, he wants to play soccer. He will do it. Like, we signed him up for basketball. He played basketball for the first time last year.
Do he like basketball?
He liked it. He understood that he wasn't good at it. I think that was one of his challenges, because he would hear his little teammates say something, snicker a little, because he's
So did he want to find something else?
No,
after that?
he wants to still continue to
play.
play.
So he likes that.
So with his father and I definitely encourage that. Right now for us, it's time, but we will sacrifice the time to make sure that he can do it. But for me as a mom, it is the fear that all the extra stuff that comes with him playing sports.
Well, what do you have, what's your reasoning behind football over basketball?
There is none. It's whatever the season is.
I forgot it is
Yeah.
seasonal. Yeah.
Does he like football? Or
No, he won't. He doesn't watch football. But if we signed him up for football, he would play football.
Just to make y'all happy, I'm saying, what does he like to play that makes him happy?
Video games.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have like robotics, I believe. It's a course.
No. He really do need to be on the field. Like, he needs to touch grass.
Well, you
smell
can have both.
Right.
You can have both. He could do something more in the tech field, even video game development.
Those people are fat.
Yeah, but see, that's
They're
where
rich,
the both comes in.
They're rich and fat
That's
and
where
happy.
the both
They're
comes
doing what
in.
they like to do.
You, as a mom who's conscious of his body and his health, that's where you come in to provide the both, because you can do things at the local level for a lot cheaper than what they offer at school.
Absolutely.
And he's still getting the exercise.
What?
He's still getting
Planet
the camaraderie.
Fitness is what, $10 a month?
Yeah, there's gyms. There's Meetup.
Yeah.
You can go on Meetup, and there's yoga groups. There's walking.
There's
hiking
neighborhood.
groups.
It depends on what community you live in. It's a lot of different
You can get
things you can
physical
sign
without
up
it being
for.
sport.
Right. It doesn't have to be school involved if that's what he don't like to do. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And all that stuff sounds safer as far as concussion risk goes.
People don't get
hiking,
concussion on the
you're not going to get a
treadmill.
concussion hiking. Hopefully.
See, that was different people activities there. Hiking, no.
Something.
Maybe a treadmill with elevation on it.
Yeah.
I haven't said my other part.
Oh, there's another part.
There's another part, right? So I have this big, beautiful beast of a husband who is highly into sports, right? And whereas I am, I coddle my children, I'm one of those who give me love and hugs and stuff. I do believe that boys are supposed to be on the football field tackling people. Like, I do just believe that that's a part of him becoming a man. I know that probably sounds horrible to some of y'all, but I want my son on the football field tackling somebody, okay? But I feel like I'm going to have the same problem with my 11-year-old that I had with my 21-year-old, who is 6'6", 280 pounds, right? They are, I don't want to say they are sensitive, but they don't want to hurt people. So that was my oldest problem. Like, he was like, I don't want to hurt no one. And so that's my youngest problem too. Without ever even seeing his brother ever play, he's like, but I don't want to hurt them. They're smaller.
Don't
than
they
me.
move them up though? Like, if they're bigger or tall, don't they
But
move
I ain't
like to
finished- I ain't
varsity
finished
or
my
different
problem.
levels? I don't know either.
I ain't finished my problem. My problem is, I'm the mom that's saying, you better get his ass. You better get out there and get his ass, right? So, and he got a dad that's saying, you better get him, right? So, the whole alternatives, like, we do alternatives. We do swim at the aquatic center. We go there and we exercise there, and they love it. His dad and I try to find other things that we can do. We go to the park, we walk around the neighborhood, and my children are willing to do it. But it's something about sports, right? Yeah. So I want my son to play sports because that is what boys are supposed to do. That could be wrong. I believe that there's things girls are supposed to do and boys are supposed to do. I'm sorry. We are different. We are supposed to do different shit. Stuff. We're supposed to do different stuff.
I was late on the beat.
I want my son to play sports. I don't care what it is. It could be badminton for all I care. It could be golf. I could care less.
But what if you don't want to play no sport?
So this isn't about me forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do, because he's willing to do
So
whatever.
do you just want him to try it?
It is the fear that right now the news is putting into us as parents that our children should not be out here doing
Have
this.
you asked the pediatrician?
Yeah, sure I have.
And what do they say?
He's healthy.
But did you ask like what the risk really is in your area in this day and time, this school? Did you talk to the coach?
So what the pediatrician has told me, and will most likely tell any other parent, is it's about the individual child. So once I've assessed your child, given your child a physical, then I can tell you the risk factors for your child.
Right. Exactly.
My child has no risk factors. I mean, they entrust our children into these schools and making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do to make sure these kids are not passing out.
So it sounds to me like they just don't want the liability of it.
You mean the doctors?
Yeah.
I think
it sounds like a cop-out. It sounds like he didn't want to give you an answer.
Well, I mean, but that only makes sense. You can't tell me that my child is at risk for heart failure.
I mean, he can tell you how often it really happens.
Right, and then it depends on the height and the weight and all that
stuff. They'll give you that information, and actually, it's a very small amount. The percentage
right, that's what I was wondering.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that every time I turn on the news in the morning, some kid somewhere has gotten hurt playing football, passed out from dehydration, something. So I just want to know, our other parents, our other mothers, I know dads are like, put them out there, let them do it, let them. But are other mothers going through the same thing I'm going, and now their children are 300 pounds playing video games?
You said they falling out from dehydration. Okay, get them some water. Like, if they getting adequate water at home, then they're not passing out from being dehydrated.
Water.
Yeah, I mean,
they thought he was good. They thought he was.
But you can overhydrate. You can overhydrate yourself. So you have to monitor all that stuff.
And what I don't like is what the doctor said is basically we're trusting this child to make the right decision.
We're trusting that the schools will not put more
strain
on the child.
They can't pay attention to each
each individual child,
but then where the schools don't want to run the risk is the school has sent your child to get a physical. The doctor has signed off on the physical that your child is able to run 4 laps. Yeah. Your child is able to do burpees. Your child is able to. The doctor has signed off that your child is physically and mentally capable and able to do this.
So that means it's not on the school. I think it should fall back on the doctors, because at the end of the day, if as an adult we decide to go get surgery, we're going to have to get our bodies checked out to make sure that we can handle that type of situation. Or even if we go work out, as an adult, you can fall out easily if your butt was not prepared to go to the gym. Remember they was suing Tabo because they were at home working out to this man's tape, and you fall out because your butt ain't got up off that couch in 12 years, and you decided to get up and want to do Tabo.
And blame it all on Billy.
So at the end of the day, our kids are the same way. If they're not prepared to do this, you can't be off season not getting ready. When you're off season, you're still supposed to be training, supposed to be working. This is not nothing that you can just automatically go into and expect greatness.
Exactly.
No, it's a gradual thing. These kids have to be prepared for it. So honestly, I think it falls back on the doctors and the school. You can't make these kids do all this if they're not physically prepared for it. Period. Like,
I totally want.
How you gonna go run 10 miles, and you used to run like 2 laps? Like it's levels that they have to go through.
Totally agree with you. Okay, so even using that example, right? Let's say it's 2 miles that they're going to be required to run every day, 4 times a week. My child physically can do this. So he sat around the whole summer eating bonbons, popcorn, and crap. And so now it's football season, and he got to go out there with no prior training to run 2 miles. My issue is, and I've seen it for myself, is when the coach is saying, continue, keep doing, you better not stop, you better go. after the child is saying, Coach, I can't do it no more, I'm tired, or I'm thirsty, or I feel like it's on the school to also see and assess that that children need to gradually grow into running these.
Have you met with the coach and maybe gotten a feel for his coaching style?
Okay, so here's the thing. This is why I feel like I'm overreacting, because I don't have those issues. I mean, I haven't experienced anything like that. My child is not gonna do it if he can't. He's not gonna do it if he can't. And so far, his dad and I have not put him in situations where he's not gonna be able to keep up, at least with his teammates. But I'm just saying, every time I turn on the news in the morning, and then he's going into middle school and he's going to be playing sports for the schools. Now, there's no longer recreational sports. It's now you're playing for the schools, and it gets a little bit more serious than it does when you're playing, with a team of 20 other kids.
Well, I do think that the schools do a very, very good job of doing their best to make sure that all rules and regulations are followed as they stand, most current. And on top of that, I do know that in my high school, all of the football players, really any of the sports players, were subject to random drug screening as an agreement that they signed when they joined up with that. And that really was good for a lot of boys in my school, because a lot of them didn't ever do any drug because they took their game seriously.
Yeah.
So I will say that is one thing I will say for public school sports that I would see a major benefit. And also I do think they're following the safety rules. I think that you would probably be fine, but you are right, though, in just seeing it on the news and making it a concern. That's not overreacting. That's how we learn. My grandmother didn't know all these risks, and my grandfather played football way too young. Now they don't have boys as young as he was doing certain things on the field. They do try, to lead them up to things that would be more risky. And my dad did sustain some concussions, and he was born hydrocephalic. So a concussion actually could have killed him. But it was no big deal back then. It was no big deal. But we know now, and we know because other people have shared, and it's gotten on the news, it's gotten out in the media. So I don't think you're overreacting at all.
You don't think I'm overreacting?
No.
So I'm not raising a pump?
No, I don't think so. I think you need to have a healthy balance, just like everything else. You need to have a healthy balance of, I acknowledge it, and we're going to talk about it, but I'm not going to let it stop us from doing something we know to be healthy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's
don't let your fears create fears for him, because you got to think that, if you're constantly saying something, he might be scared to death to get a concussion.
But that's one thing I don't do. Because, again, I'm the mom who's like, you better get your butt out there on that field and hit somebody. So he's not hearing me do the, he's not hearing that. But
he gonna be raising his hand like, my mama said I could get a concussion. I'm gonna sit out in the crowd. I got a doctor note. Likely to get a concussion today.
Right. And I don't want that. I really do not want that. But I think that we do need to, make sure that he stays active. But I want him to stay active I want him to stay active in group sports. I understand that we can go put him on a treadmill. He loves to go work out. He'll go to the gym with me and his dad, but that does not give him all of the things that sports do, like it doesn't teach you sportsmanship, and it doesn't teach you how to play with people, how to participate, how to do things as a team. Right. It doesn't give you, and then like you said, a lot of kids that play sports, they took pride in what they were doing. They spent a little more time doing their homework and made sure that they was doing things right, because they wanted to continue to play those sports. So those are the things that I want him to get out of playing sports. Yeah. I really appreciate you.
And your instincts are good, Brandi. I've told you in regards to other things before, your instincts are good. You should stick with them.
I appreciate that, Sarah. And on that note, I have an instinct that our bills need to be paid. Ooh. We are going to go to a commercial. I really, again, appreciate you guys spending your Super Bowl Sunday with us, even though the game haven't started. Make sure you come back, because Miss Cece Allure right here to my left is coming back with some hot topics here on Talk Show Divas, TV 1061. You guys, see you in a few minutes.
You're live with your Talk Show Divas. Sit back and relax and enjoy. Exciting, informative, and sexy. So get ready for your talk show divas.
Hi, this is James Ingham, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.